So we're looking at Tarantula guard, which is a variation of spider guard. Jason's on his back. So let's look at the problem areas with spider guard. So again, let's just say Jason's got double grips, double spider hooks in. Okay, from here he's got bent legs. When I go to pass to his right, he'll straighten his right leg and shorten his left leg. When I move the other way, he'll be doing the same. The weakness in spider guard is he's no control of my posture. I can switch the grips in the back of his calf and just drive him forward to here and then start to work the pass. Another thing we want to be aware of with the spider hook grips is from here I'm looking to swim on inside. So if I can pummel my hand on the inside, and now I can break that grip and start working passes as well. So really, as jiu-jitsu's evolved, spider guard was really in guard, and then guard passing evolved. So then people just got better posturing and ways of passing spider guard, and then it kind of become a little bit redundant. But now, as jiu-jitsu's constantly evolving, it has there's different variants are played now. So this is called Tarantula guard. I'm just going to go over some basic concepts. So from our position, let me just turn this way around. Instead of playing two spider hooks in, I'm just going to play with one spider hook, and my other hand, instead of grabbing the sleeve, is going to find the collar. I want to pay attention to where the grip is. It's just going to be beside his collarbone. So now if Jason tries to put his hips forward to pass, I'm keeping his head below his hips. I'm also tucking my right elbow to my hip, so if he tries to posture from there, I've just really made a structure here. I'm not using any strength to keep his head in front of his hips. Again, if I'm not paying particular attention and my grip's slightly lower, that's a weaker grip, and when he postures he can get further. So I really want to be thinking about nearly where his collarbone is. That's where I want that grip. Let's talk about the spider hook. So from this position, I'm keeping an open elbow. My foot is curled as if I'm making hooks with my feet. I don't want Jason's biceps sliding on and off. Now what can happen is when he starts to swim under, he can make grips and then push that knee to the mat and start to work his pass. So one thing we want to be thinking about from that position is if I have my grips, I want to keep that right hand on the outside. So I'm going to turn the edge of my foot into this bicep. And then I bring my forearm to the inside and I pull my left elbow to my hip. So now from there, it's kind of nearly like a shallow lasso on his bicep. I can nearly rest from that position. So now I have inside positioned here. So if Jason tries to swim inside with that hand, I can keep this very, very easily. Let's talk about, just turn this way bro, what I'm doing with my right leg. Yeah, you're there buddy. Our utility leg, because it's always going to be moving. So I've got my spider hook in. Okay, I know now when he tries to swim in, I can make that grip and bring my forearm to the inside. My right hand grips opposite the collarbone. Most often, my right foot is going to be on the mat. I'll be using that to drag Jason forward and make him take a step, and then I can hug this leg. From that position now, I can move into X guard variations, passing grips, and from there I can take him over and move up into top position. Another position for that foot is from here. Instead of placing it on the hip, sometimes or on the mat to pull Jason forward, sometimes I'll push it on his hip. I'll use this to pull with my hand and push with my foot if I want to turn into more sit-up variations and start to work dead X and things from that position. Another placement for my right foot will be if I feel Jason's trying to stuff my foot to the inside, I'll be bringing my right foot to the inside and pushing on his shoulder from here. And then eventually I'll work my way back to the mat and make him take that step. If we just turn square this way, bro. Perfect. The other thing is, let's just look at what I'm doing with Jason's shoulders. If you notice, Jason's shoulders are square, very much like collar and sleeve. If I was playing collar and sleeve guard, I'm pushing with my foot, and notice the way I put a tilt in Jason's shoulders so they're not square. Anytime they're square, Jason can swim inside and just push my foot to the mat, yeah, step over and stuff. So I want to be causing a tilt in his shoulder, so now when he tries to push inside, well, that is a lot more difficult. Exact same concept as Tarantula guard. So if I'm playing the spider hook in and I've got my grips, from here, when I put my foot on the mat, I'm pulling on the collar, I'm pushing up with the hook. So if you notice, Jason's shoulders are square from there. That creates an off balance. That can set up different things that I want to go for on paddles and stuff, which we'll be getting into at a later time. One more thing I can do, just there, buddy. So again, so my right leg is like a utility leg. It'll be just dealing with what's happening in the moment. Another thing that can happen from here is, say Jason manages to make a grip and he stuffs my leg down to the mat, but steps with his leg to the inside. Perfect. Okay. So from that position, I might need to move out and bring that foot inside, so I've got shin to shin. And now I'll use that as a lever. When I start using my spider hook up, I can start to use that as a lever to get an open elbow, to off balance Jason, and put him in positions where he's vulnerable for either sweeps or submissions. So that are the main grips and what our body parts are doing in Tarantula guard.